And I just got here. Yes. Mhm. And let me see. It's 2:43. Um, there seemed to be some sort of discussion about what I understand and what I don't understand. It looks like I just don't understand how the way things are. Oh, I don't understand. I made mention that I haven't gotten any phone calls, and I have reported numerous crimes. Yes, and it seems that I don't understand why it is I don't get any phone calls. Now, I noticed that when I was emailing, yes, I hadn't gotten any responses except for emailing, and then some reason my emails are being obstructed. Could you go through all the emails that I've sent, and then how many of them are not being received? I don't understand. Well, I understand that I just emailed law enforcement, yeah, about the issuing of court orders where respondents don't receive actual notice of hearings. Yeah. That there was no notice of the hearing served on the respondent by personal service, service by mail, or service by publication. Yeah. Um, the order has to be issued in accordance with the full faith and credit provisions of the Violence Against Women's Act. I understand what I've read. I understand the RCWs, the court rules. I understand the federal laws that I've read. And as a person that's educated, has a college degree, it might not be that you don't understand what it means to comprehend what you don't understand. See, you can make up all kinds of bullshit about what I don't understand. But I have a college degree. I graduated from high school. I was a stockbroker. And I do understand what the law says. Now, I decided to email a few more email addresses. Yes. And you would think that they would understand. Those that work with the disabled, let's say you were blind. Somebody issued a court order and there's no signature of the petitioner. Yeah. Now you can't see that, okay, because you're blind. But they have to provide interpretive services. Now, an interpreter, yes, because I'm not blind, an interpreter would have to read to me what this actual court order says. And then the interpreter would read to me as the respondent, the blind and the respondent. Yes. Paul, did you receive reasonable notice and opportunity to be heard? No. Did you get notice of the hearing and was it served on you by personal service, service by mail, or service by publication? No. Did you receive actual notice of the hearing? No. Well, the order was not issued in accordance with the full faith and credit of. Now, it could be that you don't understand. When you don't give me equal access to the judicial system, yeah, because you say, well, he doesn't understand. Ooh, I can see, I'm not blind. I can read it for myself, yes. When there is no signature of the petitioner, let's say that I was blind, I was disabled, yes. Somebody had to read this to me and they were reading it and they said, oh, your wife, yes, the non-blind spouse, yeah, didn't sign it. Now, you would say you would have to continue to enforce it. But as the blind responded, yes, when I found out that my sighted wife didn't sign it, yes, I know that that violates the law. Yeah, that's what I understand. Because I'm not disabled, I don't need an interpreter. I don't need somebody as a guardian ad litem. I don't need someone to interpret for me what the actual court forms say. But I can actually sue you because any blind person that is or has been a respondent of any court order, you would have to make sure that they would have had interpretive services so as to interpret for them what was not Braille. And that would mean that any person that had half a brain could see. Now, as the respondent, yes. The blind respondent, yes. And the sighted petitioner, yes. No actual signature. The matter came before the court, okay, on the protected persons, yes. Petition for any order for protection. Did she petition the court for an order of protection and then she did not sign it? As a disabled person, mentally disabled. There are some individuals that have gotten married in this state, in every state of the United States, that their intellectual ability was less than the average population. Yeah. And as the disabled, there is no constraints for them getting married. Yes. Now let's look at all the disabled in each and every state of the United States. Get me the deaf, the blind, and those that are mentally disabled. Have any of them ever gotten in an argument before? Yes. Was there one or the other spouse that decided that they'd experienced some sort of domestic violence where, as a disabled person, you had to provide some sort of interpretive understanding of exactly what the law says? Yes. Now, as a deaf person, I'm the deaf respondent. You decided to have court hearings where I did not get notice and opportunity to be heard. Now, somebody with sign language capability, yes, would have had to sign language the whole hearing. But if I don't get notice of hearings, I don't have a sign language interpreter. That's correct. Now, when I tell you in an email, I'm going to sue you for not protecting the equal justice of a non-disabled.